Good. Let's wait for 2 to 3 minutes so others can join, and then we will start with the session. I think it's been a while, so let's start with the session. Before beginning the session, I would like to give a brief intro about myself. so that you have a fair idea that who I am and like what we'll be talking about. So I think this year CAT has received the highest number of registrations so far. So you all might be feeling a bit nervous, but don't worry, we are here to like relieve the stress here and give you basic idea and like how can you utilize the remaining days to the best of your capability. Okay. So previous year I was sitting just in your shoes, and this year I've been on the other side of the screen. So myself, Viren, I have a back. I've completed my undergrad in computer science. I'm an engineer, and right now I'm a student at IIM Indore. And after scoring a decent percentile of 99.55 in CAT 2023. So that's all about me. Let's start with the agenda of today's presentation, today's webinar. First of all, we will be talking about what are the common myths and the common questions that all the aspirants might be having, and we would address those questions. We will also take normal Q&A after the session. Don't worry. After that, I will be talking about my personal journey so that you can have a brief idea about what are ups and downs that a person might see in their journey. And like if you kind of relate or like want to reach out to me later, also that's totally fine. Now, coming to the most important part of the webinar, the resources. What are the resources that I used, and you can also use to score a decent percentile in CAT. And the last one is the next steps that you should follow, and like Pashan will take over for the last part. So, starting with the common myths and the common questions. The first one is it still possible? The 70 days remaining, is it still possible that I can correct CAT in the 70 days? So, based on my experience and my communication with my friends here, I can assure you that 70 days is enough time if you have covered the syllabus. Then in the remaining 70 days, with the preparation of the mock, if you are serious enough, you can crack CAT, and that too with a decent percentile. So, if someone is saying that time is not the time is the issue, that it is not possible, so I would just like to, based on my experience, I would just like to explain that there is enough possible time. If you put enough efforts, it would be all possible. Second is like buying secret sauce. You all must be seeing Instagram channels or like normal mentors promoting that they have some secret sauce, or like they have some secret strategy that will make you score 99 percentile or something of that sort. So I would say like don't go to that fear mongering. Everything is based on your preparation, and there is no such as a secret sauce. So like don't fall for all these traps and all for these basically clickbait kind of titles. That's it. The third one and the most important that I would like to say is that one size doesn't fit all. Like you all must be receiving advices that what is the optimal mock strategy that you should use. Like what are the optimal number of mock attempts that you should attempt. Like based on my interaction with my colleagues, I also know people that have attempted 40 mocks in last 20 days of November, and that's it. They haven't attempted any other mocks. And I also know people who are attempting mocks 2 to 3 days. Just they were just giving one mocks in 2 to 3 days, and the other people were giving 2 to 3 mocks in within a single day. So they will be all category of people. You just have to identify that what kind of preparation strategy suits you better. Like you have to identify what kind of mock strategy suits you better, so that you are able to optimize your strength better, and weaknesses like you're able to reduce it. And the other one is like the common predictions that they are there. That last time Lucknow was setting the paper, so the quant will be difficult, or this particular DRI section would be easy, or this would be difficult. All this is kind of, I would say, it is kind of nonsense. So don't try to waste your time there. Just focus on the preparation. And like CAT is kind of a exam that tests your calm and composure within those 2 hours. So it's more kind of a temperament exam instead of a knowledge based exam. So just make sure that you keep your temperament within those 2 hours. And the other question is that what all mocks do you want to buy? Like what all mocks should we buy? So I would recommend that there are majorly four big organizations: IMS, CRAQ, CL, and Time. So within these four, like you can buy any two mocks. This is what I did. I bought mocks from Time and IMS, and that's all the mocks that I utilized. That's all. Now moving on, I will share you my personal journey that how did I prepare for the CAT. So as I already mentioned that IMS at the time are the two test series that I utilized. And coming to the number of mocks that I analyzed, it was around 45. So I started giving mocks around beginning of August. Like that's when I was like my syllabus was not completed at the beginning. So the frequency was quite low. But the highest frequency was in October and then November. That's when like the syllabus was complete and I was just practicing the concept that I have learned. And now coming to the common, the advice that based on my experience of the exam, I would like to give you for the VA and the RC section. It is better if you familiarize yourself with a range of topics so that the four RCs you are visible. Like some can be abstract topic can also be there, scientific topics can also be there, and like there is an entire range of topics that you should need to be familiarized with, sir, so that you are not so that you're familiar with those topics and like they're not kind of awkward for them. You're able to understand them better. And the second one is DLR is like don't get stuck. In the beginning of my journey, like I've also got 0 marks in particular sessions, like in particular mocks. In the actual exam also, in the actual exam also, like I solved the first set within the 14 minutes, and for the next 10 minutes, like I was not able to solve any particular set. So the 24 minutes had gone, and I had just solved the entire set. If I could have got stuck on that particular set itself, I maybe like might be not sitting here. So it's important that you are not stuck on a particular DLR set. You know when the particular fixed amount that you have put in efforts and like what kind of time it is required to solve an entire set. Based on your practices and based on your experience, you will be able to judge that. And like don't take it to your ego that you are an engineer. Like I've solved this many sets, I would be able to solve any set. Within that particular time frame, you should optimize your strengths. And for the QA part, I would say during the preparation journey, it would be always better if you can think of alternate sources or like some other ways, some other quicker methods or the alternate methods that you can use to solve a particular question. It basically helps you broaden your mindset so that you can implement different strategies and different techniques to solve question. And like in an exam, that's all that matters, solving questions in the shortest time possible. So you can discuss with your peers or like other students who are preparing what are the like different strategies or different methods they use to solve that particular question. The only advice that I would give you is that practice as much as possible. I think most of your syllabus would have been completed by since this is mid September. So the only time remaining you can should vol you should focus just on giving mocks and that's it. Just revise your concepts, analyze them. Analyzing mocks is the most important part. Like just not giving mocks, basically analyzing like where you are making mistakes, and then analyzing like how could you recorrect those mistakes, how could you correct them, how could you grow from them. It is something that's most important. And something which is like though the mainstream advice is like try to simulate the exam condition. Like whenever you are giving mocks or taking sectionals, just try to keep your environment calm and quiet, or like just give it in a setup that you would expect in a normal computer center, so that you are like familiar with the situation and some particular changes are like some minor changes don't mess your exam up. They are the so that the minor altercation don't become the main reason so that you are messing your exam up. So try to familiarize yourself with the condition as much as possible. Now coming to the resources that I myself personally used during my preparation, that for the VRC I was practicing two RC sets still from the gym at RC Club, and I used to read for from Aeon and Scientific American the article so that for my RC. Now coming to LRDI, I solved the entire Anastasia Shankar 200 sets series for the LRDI, which was basically composed of sets from the past previous year questions and previous year mock questions. So that was also quite helpful. And for the quantitative aptitude, I refer to Rodas and Scribbler's blog. So Ravi Prakash, I learned from him quite a lot. So I would recommend you. You should go and check out his channel. And I think past year mocks and questions. This is something which is most important. You should practice because they are the like main source of practice. If you just practice from past year mocks and question, they're the best question that you can ever get. So you can also able to focus on like what kind of tricks that a particular examiner is looking for, what kind of strengths or what kind of question that he or she is framing. So past year mocks and past year questions are the best resources that you can utilize for practice. uh, Pashan, would you like to take up this particular section? So now Prashant will comment like pitching like what Bschool Buddies is and how we as a community will support you during the preparation and even after it. So if you guys have any questions, just drop in the chat and I will be more than happy to take them up. And afterwards, that we can move on to this particular another section of the presentation. Also, if you like watching this recording and have any particular question in mind, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or any other. You can drop the question on B-School Buddies community group. Me myself personally or like some other mentor would be more than happy to help you out.
I don't think we're getting a lot of questions. So what I will do is I will just explain about B School Buddies. And if there are any more questions, we can take them. Otherwise, we will just close the session. Hope that's okay,
Sure,
Viren.
sure.
So,
That's totally fine.
in case the viewer is new to B School Buddies, I will just tell you what all B School Buddies does. So, one is that we do one-on-one mentorship, which is, I think, the most crucial part. I think we are unique in the industry which are providing this. So, there are 99 plus percentile, just like Viren, who are providing you mentorship. And you can, of course, book a one-on-one session with them and get a personalized mentorship. Other than that, you can always join the WhatsApp group given in the description, which will help you to engage with the community which we have built, which have mostly CAT preparation, CAT takers just like you, and of course the mentors from different colleges and who have themselves aced the CAT. So this is all about these skill buddies. Viren, if you can go on the next slide, they will see the WhatsApp QR as well. Yeah. So this is the QR which you can scan on, of course. You can join this and then you can be the part of community where you can get the answers of all your queries. I think we can wait for 2 more minutes if there are any questions or any queries. Otherwise, we will just close the session.
Sure, sure. No worries.
Within this one comment that I can see, which is that how exactly to analyze mocks. What do you mean when you say it's crucial to analyze mocks? If you can answer that, please.
So, I will like formalize like what I actually did was like basically break down the entire section in different parts. So for VRC, I break down into VA and RC, and within VA, I break down into several parts like whether it's para completion or like summarize the section. And I would basically make note of after every mock what are the number of questions that I attempted and like what are the number of questions that I got correct. So over a time, after I have given 5 to 10 note mooks, so that I can get an idea like what are my core strengths, where my negative marking is the minima, and like where I my accuracy is basically higher. And within LIDA section, I broke down the entire section into different type of sets that they are. They are so suppose they are DI set, and within LR, suppose they it's a normal sitting arrangement chart, or like different types of sets might be there. If you break down into major degrees and make sure that what kind of sets are you able to solve within the given time frame, and what is kind of accuracy that that you have, And within QA, you can break down into algebra, arithmetic, modern maths, and similar parts. So that over a time after it you have given around 10 books, you will get a strong sense of like what are your key strengths and what are key weaknesses, so that you can work on from there. So that was all set. Basically, how analyzed mocks. If you have any further questions, just let me know. So there is another question from Sharda. How much profile matters? So profile does matter, and like it depends on from college to college, like what are like weightage that they have in their selection criteria. But for now, I think your key focus should be on the percentile that you are getting on your CAT exam. Profile does matter, but if you have a great CAT percentile, you will be able to get into one of the top B schools. So I think you should stop worrying about profile as of now, because there is not much that you can do as of now. The only thing in your hand is right now is the CAT score that you can alter. So focus more on the CAT, and like wish you best of luck for scoring great percentile. Also for profile, suppose Calcutta has a different criteria for the weightage that it gives to CAT, and FMS also have a higher percentage that it gives to CAT score. So even if you have, so again, there is no such hard and fast rule for what percentile should I target. Your basically main goal, it should be to target the highest percentile you can achieve. So like target, let's say 99.5 or like 100. Also the number of CAT people attempting CAT is also increasing. For like this year I think it's around 3.56 lakh. So basically the criteria of the percentage that the basically barrier would be changing from year to year. So suppose for my like 99.79 was the last percentile of the person who got Calcutta core in the like gem category. But for your year it would be basically on the high side of like let's say 99.82 or 99.83. So there is no such hard and fast rule. You should target for you should give your best, and then plan out.
Uh, I think we have already early, so I think we can close the session.
Sure.
Time after these and giving these valuable tips to CAT participants. I think these are remaining for CAT, and these tips will be immensely valuable for these aspirants. And I think now mocks everything they can do little better in their life, and of course they can ask the kids just like you did. So thank you so much again, and yeah, keep interacting with these school buddies, aspirants, and yeah, I think some of these aspirants will again reach out to you, maybe in the group, maybe through personal chat. Okay, thank you so
Sure, sure.
much. Guys, we are
Thanks a lot
closing the
for
session. I don't think
thanks a
there are
lot
any
for
more questions.
oh, sure. I just wanted to say thanks a lot for having me here. And the basically last tip for the experience I would like to give is that just have faith in yourself. If you have faith and practice hard, everything would fall in place, and that's it. So I think let's conclude the session. Once again, thanks a lot for having me.